burdens for a really long time, and I discovered that each time that I share the burdens, the weight gets lighter. So I decided that I will keep sharing until I don't feel the need to share this anymore. I want to thank you in advance for being part of this journey with me. Know that your being here is not an accident. I believe you all are meant to hear my words. You're a part of my healing, and I humbly ask that you consider these words if ever you're met with adversity, challenges, or even grief. Be gentle with yourselves and heal. And the last thing is, this is truly personal to me, so as much as I try not to, my eyeballs tend to sweat when I read it out loud. But please don't mind my tears. They are also healing for me, and I am not sad. I'm simply healing. Imagine a small child, a little girl. She is hugging herself. She is hugging herself, arms wrapped around her knees, pulled up to her chest. She is quite sad and lonely, and she is sitting near a gravesite, with an empty coffin in the distance behind her. A tall, thin male figure, holding a pool stick, is walking away from the girl with a comment bubble above his head that reads, "I'm the pool whisperer. I don't know how to be a dad. I'm out of here." A comment bubble over the little girl's head reads, "My own dad doesn't love me? Am I worthless?" This pushes the small child towards the coffin. Picture that same little girl still at the gravesite, and there's a group of kids pointing at her. The comment bubbles above the group's head that read insults. "You're weird. You dress funny. We don't want to play with you." A comment bubble above the little girl's head reads, "Why doesn't anyone like me? Will anyone love me?" This pushes the girl closer to the coffin. Picture that same young girl, a teen now. She has made new friends and appears to be somewhat having a good time. Along comes a male figure. He is round, chubby. He first looks like a male, but then transforms into a monster. Sort of like a Tasmanian devil, but with a stocking cap over his face. He snatches the girl's dress off, and she is embarrassed and naked. He pushes her to the ground and has his way with her, violently with rage. She is frozen with fear. Now the young teen is crying. She is alone and talking with the police, with a comment bubble over her head. "Where were you, God? Do you even love me? Why would you let this happen?" This pushes her even closer to the coffin. A figure of the devil is in the corner. He is pleased, feeling he is accomplishing his goal. He is rubbing his hands together with a snide grin on his face. Imagine that same female still at the gravesite. She is clearly an adult now, and she appears to have moved past some of her troubles. She met a boy, and they found love, which sadly quickly ended. But they created a child, a baby girl. Later, she meets another boy. They find better love. She is pregnant again. She obviously is in love, with hearts floating above her head. She is holding her first daughter's hand, and they are about to enter into their home. Only on the other side of the door, her new love, the male, lay lifeless with a needle in his arm. He has overdosed on drugs. A comment bubble over his head reads, "I don't know how to be myself, and I can't live with this pain anymore." R.I.P. is next to the male figure. Now, she has two little girls to care for. At this point, she has been pushed so closely to the coffin that she is literally standing right beside it. She is losing her balance, about to fall in the coffin, when suddenly a hand reaches out to grab hers. It is a handsome male who is clearly smitten by her. He has a chocolate brown complexion. They lock eyes, and instantly there is love. The devil in the corner is not pleased. He begins to try harder to get his plan to work. Imagine this young female. She is at the wedding chapel with the new love of her life. They get married, she gets pregnant and has a baby, this time a beautiful baby boy, and now there are 3. She is beginning to feel loved again, but the Indian has an appetite for beautiful women. standing alone with other females, his chest poked out. As the female is standing alone, her head hung low. A comment bubble over his head reads, "Look at all the beautiful women that love me. They adore me." A comment bubble over her head that reads, "He used to think that I was the most beautiful." The female discovers that the Indian is unfaithful. Her soul has mated with another soul. Now she is back at the gravesite. Her heart is breaking, falling to the ground in many pieces. She is not only beside the coffin at this point. This time she literally falls into the coffin. The devil is filled with laughter and can hardly contain himself. He begins to nail that coffin shut with a comment bubble over his head that reads, "I finally killed her. I convinced her she was unlovable and unworthy." As she lay in the coffin, limp and defeated, her life flashes before her. Being abandoned by her father, being rejected by the other children, the rape as a young teen, the relationship with the addict who committed suicide, the relationship with the Indian who was unfaithful, and suddenly a light bulb appears over her head. Just as the devil leaned in to hammer that last nail into the coffin, she bursts out and emerges strong and powerful. She is wearing a beautiful cape that has an M embroidered on the chest, and a comment bubble above her head reads, and that's it. This is literally where I am, right this very moment, and in each and every day, with a metaphorical comment bubble over my head, creatively and intentfully driving my purpose. I know I am strong, I know I am a survivor, and finally, I know my purpose. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you.